Hello, restorers and explorers. Welcome back. Another episode of Tony Fines coming at you. Sorry, we've been MIA for like 5 months. Had a lot going on in my life with sickness, and bought a house and starting a homestead up. So I've kind of sadly put the trash picking up to the wayside. I didn't stick to my own guns and commit to my at least twice a week pickups. I just feel now more than ever we need to come together as a collective with all the chaos in the world and all the devastation and the sickness and the war. We need to start coming together instead of being so divided. So spring has sprung. We're out here, tiny little park nearby. I just have seen trash accumulating significantly out here. I figured, you know what? Let's kick off the spring season with a good cleaning. Have a little chat because I miss you guys, and you know, thank you so much for all of you that still support the channel. I know it's hard to do when content isn't being created, but this channel isn't about content. This channel is about healing Mother Gaia. We're in big trouble collectively as a society here. I recently watched a new documentary on Netflix. The famous epidemiologist, biologist, Shannon Swan, who's done all the studies about the dangers of plastic and infertility and cancer-causing agents that are just covering our planet. And it really shook me back into the to get back into the mood and dedicate myself back to a noble goal of doing my best to fight back. The powers that be are not invisible, shadowy elites. They're just greedy human beings being misled by their own materialistic nature, and we need to start holding them accountable. Otherwise, I don't know how many more generations we'll have left to hand down. But the good news is there's always stuff that can be done. So little by little, we'll fight back against the plague and these horrible leaders that get elected and betray their constituents, don't follow up on campaign promises, and ruin the world for the rest of us and suck up to the big corporations and do their evil bidding. We need governments for the people, not for the corporations. I think the only way to save this country and in turn the whole world is to again start holding these people accountable. We need a whole system refresh. Citizens United has to go. We have to pull money out of politics. We've got to put people's health at the top of our demands. But I hate to be a doomer and a gloomer. Sadly, the world looks like we're going in the opposite direction since I started this channel 3 years ago. Restoring furniture and buying used things and taking some time out of your busy schedules to pick up the little bits of plastic that are quite literally everywhere, and no better time to do that than spring here. Even though, look at all these leftover leaves from winter. Spring's usually a great time to do this because the plastic is easily accessible, and there's no foliage yet. So this is always been traditionally my favorite time of year to go trash hunting. So yeah, I don't want to be a doomer and gloomer. I say that a lot on this channel, but it's getting harder than ever. It really is. Lots of folks are terminally online and just stuck in ecosystems of hatred and us versus them. There's really only ever been one battle throughout all of history, folks, and that is classism. The rich against the poor. Until we figure that out and start doing something about it, we're just going to continue to get more sick, continue to have more war, and continue to hand over the little personal sovereignty that each individual has, all of our human rights, over to these. They're now international global corporations that just take advantage of us at every turn. But we're not a doom channel, guys. Again, that's why I like doing this stuff. Because every little bit helps. Awareness helps the most. That's why I appreciate the Dr. Swan and all the hard work she's done over a 40-year career to make people wake up on the dangers of these toxic chemicals that we are just flooding the earth with, quite literally everywhere, inside of every human body. Especially that black stuff. Any black styrofoam is not very easily recyclable, and sadly a lot of the recycling campaigns of the world are started by these plastic and oil corporations, to make you believe that, you know, we're effective at recycling this stuff, and we're not. Globally, it's about 9%. 9% of plastic produced yearly gets recycled. So that means every year 91% is newly manufactured with mostly oil-based plastics. There was a time before the gigantic petrol dollar took over, our addiction to petrol, where plastics can be made out of certain plant materials, and I've got the homestead up and running. Well, I've got my house now, and I'm preparing to get the homestead started to experiment with these plastics, hemp plastics specifically, hempcrete, and just gonna do my part to get a business going where we're building a sustainable future, not one riddled with toxic, poisonous, non-degradable, evil. I mean, I hate to get too hater on it, because like we've said many times, plastic does have some uses. It's got, some of it is unavoidable, but our addiction to it is incredibly dangerous. So we need to be all doing more. But outside of that, I hope all of you are trying to find little bits of good in the world. No matter how dark and hopeless it looks, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And enjoy your lives, enjoy your families. You know, teach your kids to respect the planet. You yourselves respect our planet, and you know, start taking care of each other. Otherwise, there's going to be nobody to take care of. And it's happening fast. Happening fast indeed. All of our modern problems require modern solutions. Simple as that. Get your bags, guys. Get your bags. Literally and metaphorically. As the kid would say, get your bags, get your money. Just get your money in a sustainable way. And have your goals line up with that of the earth. And I think that'll, enough of us do that, I think we can make a difference. Make a difference against all this essentially madness. I implore you, like I said, check out Dr. Swan's work. Truly incredible, irreplaceable work she's doing to get the awareness out there, do the studies, wake people up. Yeah, see these plastic little baggies? They're the worst. There's a million solutions that you can do instead of plastic baggies for food and kids' lunches and all that. I know everybody hates the libs for the plastic straws, but do we really need plastic straws? I'm so divided on issues that are just so easy to understand. But I get that not all of us care. And human beings, we really don't care until we're backed up against the corner, which sadly I worry is coming soon. There's a lot of horrible people all over the world doing horrible things. I don't know what exactly to do about that. Something must be done before it's too late. Get out there and protest, make your voice heard, vote with your hard-earned dollars, vote with your bags, and like I said, fingers crossed, we can make some changes. Grow things, y'all. Grow things. Try to limit your consumption and be a producer. And whatever you are producing, try to make it a sustainable product. This is currently getting us all very, very sick. Nobody likes to be sick. These oil companies run the world, and we're literally starting wars over oil. This boggles my mind. And most people say, oh, it's never going to change. And some days I feel like they may be right. But we can't have that defeatist, nihilistic mentality. Let's just keep our heads up, no matter what trials and tribulations come our way, and stick together. Remember that we're all human. We're all born with inalienable human rights. We have to keep fighting to maintain those rights. We have to keep fighting to gain new human rights. Otherwise, we lack purpose, and the planet's been around a lot longer than we have. And as George Carlin would say, it'll shake us off like a bad case of fleas if we aren't careful, because we are doing irreparable damage to it, including ourselves. So anyway, great to check in with y'all. I miss you. Promise now we'll be a little bit more active and continuing to get the message out there and building a sustainable future. One bag at a time. Right, y'all? One bag at a time. In fact, there's enough here for me to go get another bag in the truck. Another sweep up. Grab this giant piece of styrofoam, because nobody likes that either. But again, thanks so much for watching, y'all. I appreciate it. And just remember, keep living that green revolution. Peace and love. Bye.